Hello everyone, I am Binita Gupta, a teacher trainee of Siliguri Tarai B.Ed College and Siliguri Primary Teachers Training College. So today I am going to teach you a chapter from Political Science comes under West Bengal Board of Class 12. If you feel hungry, what do? You eat, isn't it? If I want to go there, what I do? I walk and go there, isn't it? Recently, what I am doing? I am talking. Here, talking, eating, walking, these all are human rights, isn't it? Okay, so today I am going to teach you a topic that is six fundamental rights of our Indian Constitution. Now, what is fundamental? Fundamental is the basic fundamental parts of our life. Now, what is fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are essentially human rights that offer to all the citizens, irrespective of class, creed, race, place of birth, religious, gender, etc. So, in our Indian Constitution, we have altogether six fundamental rights, that is, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, cultural and educational rights, rights to freedom of religious, right to constitutional remedies. Initially, there are altogether seven fundamental rights in our Indian Constitution, but right to property was later converted into legal rights by the 44th Amendment of the Constitution in 1978. So, if you may ask, there are many rights in our constitution, but that is right to property, right to information, right to fair wages. Why these are not included in the fundamental rights? So let discuss why these rights are not included in fundamental rights. Now, right to property. Right to property states that no person shall deprive his property. Here, property is most important parts of our life, but it is not the important fundamental parts of our life. That's why it is not included in fundamental rights. Okay, it is only a legal rights. Now, right to information. Right to information is very important for us. Gaining information is good. We right to information state that each and every person has right to seek informations, isn't it? So, right to information is only the main parts of our life, but it is not a fundamental rights of our Indian Constitution. Okay, that's why it is not included in the fundamental rights. It is only a legal rights. I hope you understand why these rights are not included in the fundamental rights of our Indian Constitution. Now, let us discuss six fundamental rights of our Indian Constitution. Now, number one, right to equality. Here, equality means equal. Right to equality comes under Article 14 to 18. Now, right to equality state that all laws are applied in the same manner to all. Okay, whether he is a doctor or a minister, whether he is a big shopkeeper or a small shopkeeper, whether he is a teacher or a engineer, etc., the same law are applied to all. Okay, if a prime minister commit a crime, the same crime was committed by the farmer. At that time, both are punishable by equally in the eyes of the law. Okay, now right to equality also state that we have equal access to the well, tank, roads, playground, etc. Right to equality also state that we have equal employment opportunities. Okay, and the main point, that is right to equality state that there will be no social discriminations based on caste. Here I give you an example. Okay, in earlier days, untouchability was common, isn't it? The lower caste people, that is the Dalit, were not allowed to drink water from the same container. Even they are not allowed to take water from the tank. Okay, even the people were not touched. If they touch them, they wash their hand and even bath too. Okay, but after that, the government of India finally in 1955 passed the Untouchability Act and put an end to the caste based discrimination. Okay, that was a great achieve that time. Okay, this all comes under right to equality. Now next, number 2, right to freedom. Here freedom means liberty. Here you see the picture of a statue of liberty. Here liberty is nothing but freedom. Right to freedom comes under Article 19 to 22. Here, right to freedom state that each and every person have right to speech, expression, to express their voice, opinion. And the main point is right to freedom state that we have a right to make a union and association in a very peaceful manner. Here I give you an example. Okay, do you know the Anna Hazare movement that is on 2011, where the people voice their view against corruption, isn't it? In a very peaceful manner. Okay, we have a right to make a association and union in a very peaceful manner. Okay, in a very silent manner. And right to equality also state that we have a right to go other country in for jobs. Okay, the right to equality right to freedom also said that we have a right to take our profession by our own choice. I am a teacher, I have a right to take my profession. No one can interfere. Okay, this all comes under right to freedom. Now next, right against exploitation. Right against exploitation comes under Article 23 to 24. Here it states right against exploitation. Still it declare the following three illegal things, that is human trafficking, number 2 is forced labor, and number 3 is child labor. Here it discuss three main point. Okay, number 1 is human trafficking is prohibited. Here human trafficking is what? Human trafficking means trade of humans which are generally for the purpose of sexual exploitations and labor force. Okay, number 2 is labor force is prohibited. No one can force to the people to be forced to do any work by his or her own will. Okay, now number 3 point is child labor is prohibited in right against exploitation. Here the child who is below 14 years are not allowed to be employed. This is illegal. Okay, these 3 points are comes under right against exploitation, that is human trafficking is prohibited, child labor is prohibited, forced labor is prohibited. Okay, now next, cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights comes under Article 25 to 28. Our Indian Constitution provided cultural and educational rights for only minority people. Okay, here minorities means the people who speak different language, the people who follow different religions, and the people who are from educational background or good status background. Okay, these are called minorities. Cultural and educational rights said that cultural and educational rights are only for the minorities people. Okay, next, right to freedom of religious. Right to freedom of religious, it comes under Article 29 to 30. Here right to freedom of religious means each and every person have right to make their religious by his or own choice. Okay, India is a secular country. Do you know? Here secular means not concerned with the religious. Okay, each and every person have right to make their own religious. No one can interfere and no one can force to change our religions. Okay, this all comes under right to freedom of religious. Now the last fundamental rights is right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies comes under article 32. Now, do you know right to constitutional remedies is called the soul and the heart of our Indian constitution? Why it is called the heart and the soul of the constitution? Do you know? Because this fundamental rights protects all the fundamental rights. Okay, if anyone can violate these fundamental rights, we can punish him. Okay, that's why fundamental rights are justiciable and it is enforceable by any courts of law. Okay, I hope you understand the six fundamental rights of our Indian constitution and why the other rights are not included in the fundamental rights. This much for today. I hope you understand. Thank you.